as a scholar or scholars in the nation of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. As I said, one of our students, may Allah bless him, Abdul Rahman, used to study here, and because now he is in the year of GCSE, so even when he stopped to study, he didn't stop his faith because faith will not stop if I have any important issue. He keep in contact. This is what I want to share with all of you, please. You have to keep yourself in contact with the Shaykh, with the teacher in the masjid. This is exactly like this charger of our phone. When you put your phone every few hours in the charger, you find your battery is full. But if you stop this charge, and at that time, you will find your phone is unuseful. Exactly this heart. When you have strong connection with your teachers, your shuyukh, subhanallah, always your faith will be strong. And this is the idea, inshallah. We'll listen to this amazing speech from this amazing believer, inshallah. Bismillah. Stand up if you want. Can you hold it or you put it here? Easier for you.
Okay.
Take your time.
Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to talk about a very important subject in Islam. That is sabr. Sabr literally translates to patience from Arabic. Allah says in the Quran, chapter number 8, verse number 46, Inna Allah ma'a which means that indeed Allah is with those who patiently endure. Sabr is just like eating something bitter and displaying no distaste on your face. Another way to think about it is that sabr is a protection from Allah. Let's say that you're walking and you really want something like money or any material good, but Allah thinks it's not good for you, so He doesn't let you have it. This is a protection from Allah. Sabr has many benefits, but one of the most important ones is that it strengthens your iman, as the following source from Ali ibn Abi Talib suggests. Certainly, the one with no sabr has no iman. Today's ummah is so corrupted. Let's say that you're walking and you bump into someone, and from there an argument starts. Albeit it can easily be prevented with one or two words like "I'm sorry," but no, we're too engulfed in our pride, which Allah utterly dislikes. Sabr is in today's society is has been hyperbolized, which means that it looks harder than it actually is. But Allah says in the Quran, uh, chapter number 23, verse number 73, those are the ones who will enter Jannah with the highest level in paradise due to their constancy and their patience. So,
Allah bless you. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Allah bless you, Abdul Rahman. Take your seat. Allah bless you. Again, brothers, honestly, you will not understand the feeling of this place or this place or this place until you try it. Easy to judge. Easy to judge. Oh, this sheikh or this strong believer was little bit scary or something. Easy to judge. But it's not easy to be on his step. Honestly. I will mention this story quickly. One student, he used to say to his sheikh, Sayyidi, please give me chance to give class on behalf of you. Any day, Sayyidi. I would like to give class. You find some people are very excited. And the sheikh said, okay, my son, prepare yourself. My son, prepare yourself. It's not easy to sit here. Sayyidi, please. The Sheikh one day he want to travel to other city. He called that student. He said, tomorrow I will not be in the class. Prepare something and do it perfectly. You will be on behalf of me to give this a class. That student was happy, very excited. Next day, he sat on the chair of the Sheikh. Before that, he was very strong. When he sat, he says, I don't know why my body from top to the toes shaking. I couldn't control my body. He said, Wallahi, I start. He prepared 5, 6 pages to give a class. He said, I read all these 5, 6 pages at the first 5 minutes in the class. This class 1 hour. He said, Wallahi, after that, he lose his control and he was unconscious. People took him and put him on the side of masjid. Next day, the sheikh came and he said, how was your class? People said, Sheikh, he's not suitable for that place. This happened, wallahi, many times. In Syria, I used to do same. But sometime I used to sit in the corner and let the student give a class. Wallahi, his body bigger than my body. Really, he was very strong, man. I said, you have to prepare class tomorrow, your turn. He said, don't worry, Sheikh. He said, honestly, he has, let's say, 10 pages. He start 5, 7, 8 minutes, finish. He was looking to the corner. He said, what shall I do now? So this what we should understand. Everything with the practice will get this level. Very important point to understand. To be sheikh or to be scholar, not like this. Please put this point in your head. Even to be hafiz, even to be as a real believer, it's not easy way. And it's not hard. With one condition. If you have real suhbah. Suhbah, that means you have this, let's say, brotherhood or this relationship between you and your sheikh. When you have this strong contact with your sheikh, you have time with your sheikh, subhanallah, slowly, slowly, you will find yourself suitable for that. He stood up here now, 3, 4 minutes. Slowly, slowly, you will find he is ready after 2, 3 years to give proper speech. And it's not hard with the practicing. This is what we should understand, inshallah. Even respected adult brothers, if you find yourself ready to do that, don't hesitate and don't feel shy. Don't feel shy. I mentioned a few weeks ago about this man. This man sent his son to study in Azhar Sharif. After seven, after 7 years, this son came back to his village. He graduated from Azhar Sharif. He gave a speech in the masjid of the village, and all people were happy with this speech. He said, MashaAllah, that sheikh, Allah bless you, that father, his age at that time, let's say 48. He was sitting next to the minbar and he was crying. People, when they saw that, they said, what happened? He left his son and he went home, get his clothes, and he left the house. His son met him, Dad, what happened? You have to be happy. I'm your son. I said, I'm very happy. I feel so sad for myself. Parents, please focus with this point. He said, I feel so sad for myself. I support you to be big scholar. What about myself? Wallahi, this is what we should ask ourselves, brothers. You pay fees for children, you take them to private tuition, you do this and that for them. What did you do for yourself? Do you know on the day of a judgment, your judge will be different their judge? This is what we should understand, respected brothers. Prepare something and stand up and give it. Don't feel shy. Even wallahi, one of our brothers in Islam, he retired, when we retired, 60, 64. He retired from Syrian army when he was age 64. And he used to sit every day from Fajr to Dhuhr in Masjid. 3, 4 years he finished Quran by heart. 64. After 1 year he passed away. After 1 year, when he finished Quran, he passed away. He met Allah as a Hafiz. So don't say, Shaykh, do you think that I am ready to do like this? My age 30, 40, 50. Yes, you are ready. If you have a strong faith, good intention, wallahi, you are ready, brothers. Wallahi, you are ready. Prepare something. Don't feel shy because even your family will respect you more when they found you. Oh, he is caring for his faith, his knowledge. Does that make sense? So, this is inshallah the idea that I would like to share with you. Let us start with our class. The reference of today's hadith is volume number 1, book number 5, the book of Ghusl, Baythin, hadith number 274. Please focus 274. Maybe you'll say, Sheikh, we studied before from 70 to 80 and from 80 to 84, 86. Why we go back? Because again, I would like to give you full idea from this book of Bukhari. So the hadith is very important to change this mentality. Respected brothers, the hadith is very important to change this mentality. Why? Listen. باب إذا ذكر في المسجد أنه جنوب. Chapter, the title of the chapter, if someone while in the mosque remembers that he is junub. What happened? It's not a big issue now. This is the title. The Imam Bukhari said he should go and get ghusl, and it's not allowed to do tayammum. It's not allowed to do tayammum. If there is water, there is no reason to do tayammum. You have to do proper ghusl. The hadith now. عن أبي هريرة قال أقيمت الصلاة. Please try to imagine this situation. Send your heart, your soul to Masjid Nabawi and try to feel this issue happen in front of you. Try to see this on the short video in front of you. Abu Huraira said, أقيمت الصلاة. What does mean أقيمت الصلاة? Once the call إقامة for the prayer was announced, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. At that time, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to leave his house to join the prayer, to pray as a imam, the leader. قال وعدلت الصفوف قياما. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood up in the mihrab and all the rows straight and people ready to start their prayer. فخرج إلينا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فلما قام في مصلاه, when he stood up in the mihrab, ذكر أنه جنب. He remembered that he is junub. Do you understand? This happened with who? The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Brothers, seriously, if this happened with Shaykh Fadi, what people will do? Allahu Akbar. This is the day of your resurrection, Shaykh Fadi. Does that make sense? Imagine if Shaykh Fadi stood up here and حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. Shaykh Fadi want to start. He remember that his wudu is invalid. And he said, brother, just if you don't mind, 1 minute I will refresh my wudu. What people will do? What is this imam? He want to pray and he doesn't know if his wudu is valid or no. Does that make sense? This is not wudu. This is janaba. Do you know what does that mean? Janaba. And this happened with not normal person, with a person who has wahi. Why Jibrail didn't come when he left his house? Oh Muhammad, stop. You are junub. Why he didn't do like this? Why Allah didn't send Jibrail before that to remind the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu that he is junub? Why? Yes, to teach us. We are mankind. We are not angels. If Imam want to pray and he forget one verse, oh Sheikh, you forget one verse. Okay, what happened? What happened? The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu forget 2 rak'ah, not one verse, 2 rak'ah. Do you understand, brothers? Why I said that? Why I give this hadith? Because this is evidence to respect our shuyukh little bit. If the sheikh forget one verse, or he recite from this surah by mistake because some verses similar in this surah and this surah, and he moved to other surah, it's not big issue. Just ignore. Many brothers they came, Sheikh, when you recite, you forget this. Okay, Sheikh, I said you did something good that you didn't remind me. If the prayer still right, you don't need to correct. Do you understand this issue? Wallahi, many times, Brother Sabir said, Sheikh, please mention that. This is the best time to mention this idea. Imam is praying in the Taraweeh. He wants to recite one juz at 20 pages. If he forget one verse or get mistake with one verse, it's not big issue, brothers. The Prophet Muhammad SAW is the best one. One day, he forget. He forget the Quran. And he turned his face after the prayer. He said, brothers, this happened with me because of you, not because of my memory. My memory the strongest. He is the one who received Quran from Allah. But because of your purity is not correct, this happened with me. Now, if the Imam get mistake and this happen, what will say? Look at this Imam. Always he forget. Not because of his, especially if this normal surah, he used to recite this surah every time, like Surah Yasin. Everyone recite this surah at least 2-3 times per week. And he forget because of the followers. And the Prophet Muhammad SAW stood up and not 2-3 lines, maybe 400-500 people are waiting. He said, stay in your place. Keep standing. He didn't say, okay, stay in your place. Don't move. He left his place, went home, get a shower. How long this? At least 5-7 minutes. Does that make sense? To take off your clothes, to get shower, and to wear your clothes, at least 7 minutes. Does that make sense? And he came back. No one said why this happened. No one. Even after death, even after the Prophet Muhammad SAW passed away, no one asked why this happened. Because they understand that we are mankind. And this happened normal. You pray as an imam, and while your prayer, you remember, oh, I broke my wudu. So what we should do? Don't carry on. Stop, give taslim, and take the hand of your brothers who is behind you and bring him to carry on the prayer. And don't feel shy. Sheikh, maybe people will talk, maybe people will understand. Sheikh, people here, some people are enemy. I don't care. I care that my Lord is happy. That's it. This happened with me here. I was pray with the brothers and I want to fresh my wudu. Even sometime you find yourself good. You start the prayer. While your prayer, you find your stomach is not happy. You cannot concentrate. Okay, bring the brother and carry on. Go fresh your wudu and that's it. Not big issue. Even if the people will talk, those show us who will complain, will show us that they are uneducated. They are troublemakers. Do you understand this point, brother? Now, if the Imam recite the verse wrongly and the meaning change, do you understand? Like this happened by mistake. The Imam, we say, إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كانت لهم جنات الفردوس نزلا. Those who are real believers and follow Islam, they will be in the paradise. If the Imam by mistake, إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كانت لهم نار جهنم خالدين فيها أبدا. Oh, stop. I will not say stop, definitely. Here I cannot ignore. He changed the meaning. Those who are believers will be in the fire. Doesn't make sense. So at that time, I will say, not loudly. Because some people, when they want to correct, Inna alladhina amanu, like fighting. What happened? Relax. You are in prayer. You are under Allah's control. You have to respect your Lord. Many times here on Taraweeh, the brothers heard me just like this. Inna alladhina amanu wa amilu. When the Imam heard people behind him, directly he will listen. كانت لهم. Sometime I correct directly. كانت لهم جنات الفردوس نزلا. كانت لهم جنات. That's it. That's it. Do you understand, brother? When the meaning change and the prayer will be unacceptable, at that time I'll correct. Let's say the Imam, he recite تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن. He missed 2 words, 3 words. Carry on. The meaning still right. Carry on. Do you understand me, brothers? This is what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught us. If you want to be as an imam, you have to know this. And if something happened with you, don't feel shy to leave your place to pray properly. Because I get this question from one brother. He was imam. He said, Shaykh, I feel shy to leave my place. And people behind me, full masjid. Sayyidina Umar, he used to be as a caliph of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, and he used to give the Friday speech. Because they don't have this speaker and this equipment to help other people, they used to speak loudly to help people to hear their speech. So one day when he spoke loudly, he passed wind. Now, if this happened with us, you find, with all respect, silly people, these silly actions to do it. I'm honest. I will not say anything. This happened. Happened. Sayyidina Umar, he didn't carry on. He said, brother, sorry, I pass wind. I need to fresh my wudu. He left, fresh my wudu and came back and carry on. No one complained. Oh, Umar, this, we are mankind. Do you understand, the brothers? And this what happened with Rasulullah. He said, he left, did wudu, did ghusl, sorry, full shower, and came back. And the Sahaba said, we see the water drop from his beard. And he didn't feel shy because he want to teach us. We should understand this point. And he joined, listen, and he didn't say, sorry, brothers, I'm so sorry, wallahi, I feel shy. No, 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 you don't need. He joined the prayer. Allahu Akbar. That's it. That's it. You don't need to give explanation or to give any reason why this happened. You don't need. That's it. Your this is your personality. This is your special situation. We respect you. Carry on. The Sheikh said, Sheikh, I couldn't leave. He carry on the prayer without wudu. This is the worst situation now. When you pray as an imam without wudu. Why? Because you don't respect Allah. You respect those followers, those people more than Allah. Does that make sense? And at that time, you show Allah that I don't feel scared from you, I feel scared from those people. Oh, because Allah is the has best mercy. No, with this point, you misrespect Allah. Stop and go. Do you understand this point, brothers? Allah bless you. I would like to mention the other subject, but I think we start prayer one, isn't it? So we have time. Just inshallah 10 minutes to finish this, inshallah, this book. The subject has this title, the chapter, When Male and Female Organize Come in Close Contact. If the husband met his wife and the private part come together inside each other, but there is no discharge. This happen. We call in Arabic al-iksal. Al-iksal, if the relation come and everything, but because of any reason, a husband didn't discharge or a lady didn't discharge and they finish this relation. At that time, we should do ghusl or no? This not the idea of this subject. I want to teach you this important point, that diversity in Islam from the time of Sahaba. From the time of Sahaba, listen. Sayyidina Uthman ibn Affan, who is Uthman? The third caliph, one of the 10 who will go to heaven directly. Sayyidina Uthman said, he get this question from a man. أرأيت إذا جامع الرجل امرأته فلم يمني? That mean he get this question, Usman ibn Affan, about a man who engaged in the sexual intercourse with his wife but didn't discharge. Uthman replied, he should perform ablution like that for the prayer after washing his private part. So what is the opinion of Uthman? If this happened between husband and wife and there is no discharge, they don't need to do ghusl, just wudu. And Uthman said, قال سمعته من رسول الله. I heard that directly from the Prophet. Do you need more than this evidence? Listen. And to make sure, sometimes we say, maybe I don't understand, maybe I misunderstand what he said. I went and I asked Ali, the son-in-law of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, and his cousin. And I asked Az-Zubair, one of these top let's say the top 10 among Sahaba. And I asked Az-Zubair, and I asked Urwa, and I asked Talha, and I asked Ubay ibn Ka'ab. All of these Sahaba, they said, yes, this is what we heard from the Prophet Muhammad SAW. And the hadith in Bukhari as well, that if a man get relation with women, husband, wife, and the private part engaged together with sexual intercourse, they must to do ghusl, either if get discharge or no. This happen, even if there is no discharge, you must to do ghusl. So these two hadiths both in Bukhari. What shall I do with this situation, Shaykh? Two different opinions totally for same issue. This is what I want you, brothers, because I heard some shuyukh. They said, this is depend your faith. If you would like to do ghusl, do it. If no, brothers, please, again and again, if you want to teach, you have to study perfectly. Before you make yourself teacher, you must to be best student. Do you understand? Because this happened at the beginning of Islam. The issue, the hadith of Sayyidina Uthman happened at the beginning of Islam. Even one day, the Prophet Muhammad was with his friends and he passed in front of one Sahabi. The Prophet Muhammad said, call that person. That person come quickly and he wear his clothes and his beard little bit get water. The Prophet Muhammad was intelligent, as we know. He recognized this person, maybe he was with his lady. He said, sorry, we disturb you, isn't it? He said, Ya Rasulullah, indeed, yes. So I tried to get a quick shower, and the Prophet Muhammad said that enough to do wudu if you don't get discharge. This at the beginning of Islam, at the beginning. And as we know, we have many rules, has different situation at the beginning, and at the end, these rules change. Do you understand, brothers? Like alcohol. At the beginning of Islam, alcohol is allowed, but at the end is haram, forbidden. Do you understand? Same. At the beginning of Islam, if husband wife meet each other, there is no discharge. There is, we say in Arabic, no water. The water of man or woman, this discharge. There is no water to do shower. And there is other hadith, al-ma'u min al-ma'. Al-ma', this word water. The water of shower will come when you see the water of husband or wife. This we say wisdom sentence. جملة حكيمة. الماء من الماء. This at the beginning of Islam. But at the end, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ changed these rules and he said, if a husband met his wife and the private parts come together, at that time you have to do wudu if you do discharge or if you don't, if you didn't. Do you understand this point, brothers? So this show us the last hadith in this, inshallah, book. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, إِذَا جَلَسَ بَيْنَ شُعَبِهَا وَجَهَدَهَا فَقَدْ وَجَبَ الْغُسْلِ. If a husband met his wife, and he get the relation, and this private part engage with sexual intercourse, at that time you must do ghusl. Shaykh, there is no discharge, even if there is no discharge. Okay? Now, before you ask me, if a husband hug his wife and the body come together, but a private part didn't come inside the private part, you don't need to do ghusl. If a husband has hug his wife and private part didn't come inside the private part, but one of them get discharge, shall we do ghusl? Definitely yes. Do you understand? So we have three rules. If the husband with his wife and they get proper relation, there is ghusl. Husband, wife, they get proper relation, but there is no discharge, must to do ghusl. Husband, wife meet each other and just there is no any engagement between the private part, but there is discharge, you must do ghusl. Is that clear? Allah bless all of you. The point that we will learn today, last point, if you heard something in Islam, because this happened many times, Sheikh, why this difference between scholars, between four madhab? This is the point. This is the point. Some rules at the beginning, some rules at the end. Some shuyukh, some scholars, some madhahib, they get this opinion and they don't know that this opinion changed at the end of Islam. Some people they get this opinion and they know that opinion first time, second time the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam get that. Do you understand why they get this diversity? At the end, we will respect all of them. But what will follow? Will follow the strong opinion and the last opinion. Okay? Allah bless all of you and keep all of us on the strong faith. Allahumma allimna ma yanfa'una. O Allah, grant us with beneficial knowledge that keep all of us close to you and you beloved the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Do you have any question, brothers? Yes, Khalid.
Talk about the ghusl after all this was happened. I want to ask about the clothes. If the clothes are not dirty, and they after doing this, they can use the clothes or not.
100%. Good question because some people they think if I wear like this clothes and you get janaba, shall I take off all my clothes? Maybe even this boxer is still clean. You don't need to change them. If any sperm come to your boxer or your trouser sometime, you need just to wash this place, and the rest of clothes is pure. Good question, Khalid. You don't need because many young their parents, Sheikh, my son take off all his pajama, his clothes to put it. He wear it yesterday, and while he's sleeping, he get wet dream. Morning, he took off all of them in the basket of laundry. No, no, no. Just your boxer. Even if your boxer is still clean, you can wash it in water. That's it. This is in Hanafi madhab. In Shafi'i madhab, this sperm is pure. Let's say he forget to wash it and he pray. His prayer is still right in Shafi'i. And in Hanafi, if this sperm is dry now, he slept, wake up, he found there is yellow color on his boxer and is dry. If he just rub it like this, that's enough. And the rest of clothes still clean. What is the point to change my heart if I get because this heart touch my body, still my body, brothers. This issue, situation of janaba, will not make our Muslim, our face dirty. You understand? Al Muslim, always pure. لا ينجس. Will not get this najasa. Do you understand? Allah bless all of you. Yes, Khampton.
Two questions, Sheikh. So the first one is you mentioned the two situations with the man and his wife. On the first situation, is there different types of fluid? So like there's the pre-seminal fluid.
Allah bless you. You see how much amazing when you ask because you will. I mention the issue. I mentioned, let's say, general issue. He gave me now the details. He mentioned about this charge has many kind. So if this charge, Allah bless you. I will answer it, inshallah. Let's say a person get hug with his wife. We have, brothers, many kind of discharge. We have money, al-mani, this sperms, or we say in English, semen, semen, this money. This I'm talking, let us talk in Hanafi. We will not get confused with other madhab. In Hanafi madhab, this money is dirty. You have to wash it and you have to do shower for this money. Is that clear? We have before many brothers, if the relation happen between husband and wife, from two sides, we have some discharge. We say this madhi. Madhi, you find that brothers, sisters, we should learn. Don't feel shy to hear this idea. It's really important because some people they get that they do shower. If madhi come out, this madhi you find like a glue. If you put your hand, You see the glue? They make like stretch and different from many and different from urine. Focus. When this happen when you have like feeling with sexual between husband wife, both they have this discharge before many. Do you understand? This is dirty. You have to wash it, but you don't need to do ghusl. Let's say this happened between husband wife, just hug. Sometime a man hug his wife, still wearing their clothes, nothing happened, just hug. You will find this come out from both or from one of them who get this discharge must to do to wash this discharge, and you don't need to do shower. If you want to pray, just do wudu, that's enough. The third kind of discharge as well, we call wadi. Wadi, this happen, brothers, if you get hard work after urine, sometime you find something come out from this private part, similar many, but it's not many. And even when you do like this, you find that come out. Sheikh, there is many come out. This is not many. This we call wadi. Wadi, this happen if sometime if you get accident in the private part, you find this come out. Oh, what is this? It's not many. Many should be with the special characters. There is shahwa. You have this feeling between husband wife. And number two, many should come out with, we call اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. قذف. This word, inshallah, will come to me. No, we call ejaculation. You have to find this ejaculation. You find qazf. This is the style or the characters of many. Do you understand? So many dirty in Hanafi madhab, you have to wash it and you must to do shower. Madhi, this comes before many at the beginning of relation. And this dirty as well, you have to wash it and just to do wudu. Wadi is dirty, you have to wash it and do wudu. And last one, urine. Urine is dirty as well, you have to wash it and enough to do wudu. The extra one, if the husband wife get relation and the private part together, at that time we say not just touch, focus. Should the private part from male come inside the private part of female? At that time, even if there is no discharge, you have to do ghusl. Is that clear, inshallah? Second question.
Second question was, for example, if the imam is in ruku and he passes wind, could you like show this? Would he give salam whilst in ruku and then the person behind him bring him inside? Or
If he's in ruku' for a second and he pass wind, this ruku' done, he will go back straight. And this is what we should learn, brothers. And he will give taslim or didn't give taslim, already his prayer break. He will pull the brothers behind him to be on behalf of him. Those people behind the imam should be educated. I will not be scared. What shall I do now? No, he is in the go back straight. I will say ربنا ولك الحمد Allahu Akbar, carry on sujood. Do you understand?
in this situation, because nowadays the followers, muqtadis, they're not aware of these rulings. So would the imam finish the prayer completely and then start again? Because a lot of the followers, they wouldn't know what to do in the situation. If I put them back, what are you doing?
Do you mean he has to finish his no? In Hanafi madhab, brothers, and other madhahib, we dislike to break our worship. Let's say I miss first tashahhud. or I get confused if I did two sajda or one sajda. Shall I do second sajda and carry on and do sujood sahu? Oh Sheikh, why I bother myself? Why I get confused? I will finish this prayer, break this prayer, and I will start a new prayer properly. We say, Allah says in Quran, وَلَا تُبْطِلُوا أَعْمَالَكُمْ. Don't break your worship if there is no important reason to cancel this worship. If you can't correct it, you have to correct it. So I get confused. Okay, you want to finish this prayer. Finish it and bring the other one to carry on. Better than to cancel this and do it again. Do you understand? For that, in Hanafi madhab, we have these important rules. Let's say I get confused I am the imam in dhuhr prayer or any prayer, and I did mistake and I have to do sujood sahu. The Imam Abu Hanifa said, if you are with jama'ah, congregation prayer, don't do sujood sahu, and your prayer is acceptable. Because at that time you will keep people get confused. Why he did that? What he forget? What he this? Don't do it. Any question?
Children who start 12 years, 13 years, start in puberty, they walking, sitting, they feel some liquid, white liquid on their boxers, or they are sleeping while they wake up, they saw some white liquid. What should they need to do?
This what we must teach our children. Don't feel shy as a dad. Oh mom, dad with his boys, mom with her girls should teach them the best way. I feel my son at the age of puberty, I bring him. Is if you are not educated enough, take your son to Sheikh. Sheikh, please, can you sit with my son and explain to him? With you. With you. Focus with you. Don't leave your son alone, especially with this age. With you, can you please explain to my son this issue? Do you understand? Alhamdulillah, I teach even now, majority of you, my student, Alhamdulillah. I don't feel shy because this is our religion. This is our religion, brothers. Who will teach us that, Khalid? So, at the age of puberty, you have to understand, even adult, this discharge will be too much. Too much, as especially the first 2 3 years, like 13, 14, 15. You find them, they have discharge too much. I feel so sad when some mothers or some parents they said, Sheikh, my son did shower every day 3 times. Okay, leave him. Leave him. Sheikh, what happened with him? If you are not educated, don't bother him. Because if I said to that boy, why you do this shower 3 times? Sheikh, wallahi, I wake up morning, I found there is a sperm, I get white dream. I slept afternoon, I get white dream. Wallahi, one of my friends, he said, Sheikh, with one night I saw 4 times wet dream. Wet dream. 4 times. He said, Wallah, I do 3 times shower. This happened because at that time, the body has a special, let's say, situation. So even if they sit at the TV and they see any photo or anything and they get something in his heart, you find this charge come out. You have to respect that and be patient, and you must to teach them. My son, don't feel shy anytime to go and get shower. This age, special time, I understand at that time your son feel relaxed. But I met a lot of people, they said, Sheikh, to be honest, I have to do shower, but because of my parents will complain, I didn't. Would you like your son to pray? Wallah, wallah, some people, they said, I pray with my dad with janaba. Why? Because if I will do shower, my dad will complain, will ask me, what happened? These parents, to be honest, affect their children and make them on the wrong way. Respect. Amazing parent when he said, I wake up my children before Fajr prayer with 20 minutes. And how nice this man, he said to his son, my son, check yourself. If you need shower, there is hot water. This boy feel relaxed. My dad understand my situation. Same girls, same girls. If your daughter, those feel more shy to say, "Oh, I get." Girls as well, they get wet dream, and you find girls feel more shy to say that. Should her mom support her to do these issues? إذا حدث إمناء من أحد الزوجين دون جماع هل يغتسل الزوجان أم فقط من أحدث? If this the question, if there is discharge from one of these couples, like husband, if the discharge happen and there is no private parts come inside each other, at that time, let's say he hugged his wife, he did something and still he didn't meet private part and happened discharge from husband, will say to that husband, go and do shower. For his wife, no, just make sure that there is no any discharge that you need to wash it and to do wudu. Do you understand? If this charge happen from wife, we will say the many, I mean, the many happen from wife, husband doesn't need to do shower. Do you understand? When they have, if there is no discharge, but the private part come inside each other. Is that clear? The second question. Husband wife have meeting after they shower, women have some discharge. Yes, this happen, and this discharge happen after their meeting only. Is women need bath again and change clothes also? Amazing question. The question now: husband wife get relation, they get shower, and after the shower, this lady found some discharge. We will say this very important point. When the husband wife get relation from the side of man, he has two. For that we said yes, in Hanafi optional, but I will say in general he has to do urine and do wudu before his shower. Focus to make sure that the private part clean now from these sperms. Is that clear? Same lady, she has to clean this private part perfectly, because this time maybe the discharge of husband inside. If you don't clean it after shower, this discharge will come out. Let's say she did and something discharge come out. We'll say it's enough after her shower to clean it again and just do wudu. You don't need to do shower. If you know this charge come or happen before the shower. Do you understand? Is that clear? May Allah bless all of you. Any question? Bismillah. Yes, Mahmoud.
So you come to say the off topic. You ask, is it classed as ibadah to look at a scholar's face, or are there any rewards, and what is the evidence for this, please?
This different subject now. But good, I will finish our class with this amazing subject. What is the rule to look at the face of scholars? The question is that if I sit in the class of shuyukh or scholars or awliya and look at their face, is this kind of worship? Is there any reward for that? Indeed, as I heard from my shuyukh, and I didn't find in the books of hadith, but I heard that from big scholars in Damascus, when you sit with the ulama and look at their faces, when you look at their faces, you get reward as a worship. Do you understand? Why? When I will sit to look at the faces of scholars in the gym or cafe or restaurant, when? Tell me. Either in masjid or if I sit at home, I will see some YouTube videos or some movies for them. Does that make sense? If I have love with those scholars and I sit with this intention, Ya Allah, I love them. When I look at their faces, I will get from their light, from their faith, you will get the reward of this sitting. For that, I heard from Big Sheikh in Damascus. He said, my son, if you don't understand any word from the class, but just you sit with this gathering and you look at the face of your Sheikh, you are the best winner. Do you understand? Because anyone will sit now. Let's say one brother came tired, he sit and he laying his body on the pillow and he sleep. From the beginning till the dua. What he get? At least he will get the forgiveness that Allah will give to all attendance. This is the first point. Second point, if he look at the face of the Shaykh with love for the sake of Allah, this is the condition. If I love this Shaykh for the sake of Allah, I will look at his face at that time. You will get the reward of this kind of worship, as some scholars said. Number three, when you attend this class, you must to know, brothers, we have now power that we cannot see it. Can you see the airs now? Is there airs between us or no? I don't have doubt the light of Allah with this blessed time more than this airs. One day I heard that as well from my Shaykh, Shaykh Ahmed Kaftaro, with his student, my Shaykh as well, Shaykh Rajab. He said one day, brothers, he sat next to the Shaykh. The Shaykh, you know, as all our countries, they put Shaykh on a special chair, high chair, and they sit to allow to all people with full masjid to see. The servant of the Shaykh, he sat next to the chair and he get asleep. The Shaykh at that time, he mentioned about this subject. He said, my son, when you come, prepare your heart, not just your mind. When you clean your heart, you will get tan'im from the power of the Shaykh to make your heart with full faith and love. Unfortunately, we attend just with bodies. We don't attend with this heart. So he said, my son, the Shaykh will get the power from Allah and will distribute this power according to your situation. If your heart strong, you will get strong faith. And you will get special imdad. We say imdad, isn't it? That we say supplier who will supply your heart with faith. And he said, depend. There is, you will get 2 inch. Other one will get 5. Other one will get 10. Other one will get 100. And the Sheikh did like this. Isn't it, my son? And that guy was sleeping. He woke up. He said, yes, Sayyidi. When the class finished, he said, his name Abu Ahmad. He said, Abu Ahmad, tell them what did you see in your dream? How the Sheikh knows what happened with this guy? He's sleeping. He said, Wallahi, Sayyidi, Wallahi, I saw exactly like full light come to your heart. And from your heart to everyone, this one 2 inch, this one 5 inch, this 100 inch. Depend your heart. This what we should understand from this class. Class, not just knowledge I get in my mind. Class, you find your heart flying. Do you understand, brothers? And this is what we should understand. May Allah give us this amazing kind of ibadah. Allah. Shall I ask you this question? This evidence for you. I'm thinking for evidence. When we go to Masjid al-Nabawi or Masjid al-Haram, what we do around Kaaba? Tawaf. After Tawaf, we sit in the masjid, isn't it? Do you keep your face to Qibla or not? What you do? This nazar, when you look at the Qibla, you get reward as a worship. Do you know the believer more important in the court of Allah than Kaaba? This authentic hadith. The Prophet Muhammad SAW one day was around Kaaba. He said, "You are the greatest house in the world, the house of Allah, the Kaaba. And you have a special level in the court of Allah. But believer has situation better than you. ما أعظمك, you are the great. وما أعظم شأنك عند الله غير أن المؤمن أعظم شأنا منك عند الله." So this as well, inshallah, as a evidence. Any other question? بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. وأفضل الصلاة وأطيب التحيات وأتم التسليم على حبيب قلوبنا سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا وقلبا خاشعا ولسانا ذاكرا وعينا من خشيتك دامعا. Ya Allah, with this blessed time, please accept our class for the sake of you. Please, we beg you to grant us with beneficial knowledge. Please, make this knowledge with us on the day of judgment in the scale of the good deeds. Don't make this knowledge against us on the day of judgment in the scale of bad deeds. Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, please, if you know us that we did that with full ikhlas, please increase our faith and our knowledge, our ikhlas. And if you know that we did that for something else, please forgive us and support us to get this high level of ikhlas, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, grant us with beneficial knowledge. We seek refuge with you with knowledge without benefit, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Unite our heart. Keep all of us with our children, our families on the right path, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Share this reward with all our parents, our shuyukh, our scholars, especially our Shaykh Abdul Latif Fultudi Qaddasallahu Sirrah, and our Shaykh Rajab, our Shaykh Ahmed Kuftar, our Shaykh Sayyid al Bouti. Allahumma ya Allah, share this reward with our beloved Shaykh Imaduddin, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, bless all the brothers with their families, their nationalities, their countries. Bless all Muslim in the Muslim world. Please, Ya Rab, prepare all of us to meet you as a huffaz, as a scholars, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون. Ya Rab, we beg you to give shifa to the mother-in-law of brother Raja. Ya Allah, give her shifa. She is in the critical situation. Please support her. Please give shifa to our beloved brother Mahfuz. Give shifa to our brothers Hafiz. Give shifa to all our mothers. Give shifa to all our relatives. Give shifa to all our wives. Bless all our children. Ya Allah, guide them. Ya Allah, give them pious company. Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Make Siraja Munira with full light and prepare this center to be as a source of awliya and salihin. Prepare this center to be as a source of scholars. Ya Allah, support the committee of Siraja Munira. Bless Brother Sabir with his wife, Brother Mahbub with his family and his wife. Bless Brother Sabir with his children to be as scholars. Bless Brother Nano, Jashim, Abul Hassan, all of them, Ya Allah. All the khuddam, all the teachers, all the students of Siraja Munira. Ya Allah, you know the names of those brothers. Bless all of them with their wives, with their children, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, we feel happy that we are in your house. Please, Ya Rab, keep this happiness, this feeling in our heart every time till we meet you with full love for you and your beloved the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Just other question, brother, sorry. If this charge of lady come to their house, their clothes, or this charge of children, men come to their clothes. I said, for men, this wadi, madhi, men has this four kind, wadi, madhi, and urine or many. All of them are dirty. You have to wash it and clean. Just many you have to do shower. For ladies now, focus. They have discharge different those four. At the normal life, normal days, they have some discharge come out from this private part. We say, as the majority scholars said, if the ladies has this as a habit every day, every time, the scholars said if this discharge, not one of these four, this discharge is clean and they don't need to bother themselves with this. If this happen once per week or once per 10 days, better to clean it and do other wudu, change the clothes. If that happens every day, many times, we say this clean and you don't need to do wudu again and you don't need to change these clothes. Otherwise, they need to go every few hours to change their clothes. It's hard for them. Is that clear? Allah bless all of you. تقبل الله منا ومنكم. السلام عليكم.